when you talk with creators, Mike, right? I just want to touch base on this. What do they think of not just the Mela, but in general, when you sit down with creators for the past, this is probably the 4th edition of the Creators Mela that we're doing, right?
The 4th iteration.
Right. So again, you've spoken with so many creators. Some have their own business, like Asmi has her own business. When you sit with them, what's the thought process? Like, what do they say to you as well?
I think at this stage, I think they're really looking for practical guidance from mentors.
Yeah.
So, and also if you're trying to get a brand deal, for example, what do these companies actually think of your work and your page, for example? So, again, with the Mela, we have one of the panels is Pitch for Success, where we will have members from the business community, including Cabinet Shrestha from Agni Group, for example, hearing people pitching their pages and them as a brand, essentially, and just getting honest feedback. And I think that's really what we need right now, right? It's great to have that encouragement and that positivity, but we need practical guidance and advice to really scale up our pages and our businesses. So I think people are hungry for actionable, practical advice at this point.
Exactly what Ashmi mentioned as well. She's building up her page as well. Even though she has a humongous personal profile, but she's trying to build her page as well as she goes along.
Right. It's funny because I think a lot of us operate on our gut and our instinct, which is great. It's like kind of the energy that we feel too, but also we need to get the insights from experts too and get their energy and their insights and how to make it even better.
True that. And I want to give a big shout out to Cabinet Dai, and she's a very good friend of the show, and Mahindra and Agni being a part of. I believe they're the sponsors for the Mela this year.
Right. They're one of the sponsors for the Mela, along with a bunch of other amazing companies, including Mahindra with Agni Group, and also Encell, Visa as well, and a bunch of other companies were lining up, and really just helping expand our reach. The embassy, I think it can create a great platform, but it's really just, I think as we see the evolution for the Mela, it's becoming more of like a vehicle for the private sector to join on to and help reach their audiences as well.
I think I had a list of it: Mahindra, Visa, Encell, Siddhartha Bank, Monoram Group, and Nepal Distilleries.
Right.
Monoram is also there.
Right.
Nothing is possible without supporters. Nothing. Not this show, not the Mela, not anything we do. We need supporters and friends to come together and support us in something greater.
And I think, frankly, just from my perspective, coming from the embassy, as we work with finite resources, but also working with groups who want to reach those same audiences, just how can we create synergies between companies to reach the same audiences and help communities? Because I think really the focus for the embassy right now is just creating opportunities right here home in Nepal for Nepali people. And I'm sure plenty of businesses in the private sector have that same goal too. So just how can we pool our resources together and connect that? Yeah.
I think the pool of creators that are involved are also very diverse, and which is why I'm I'm seeing so many new creators that I didn't know of, but I want to know of. And they're doing so good. Like if I look it up, then they would already be doing their, they would be excelling at their field already, but we don't know of. So Hamilai Pani, there's a lot of things that we're getting to know from this Mela.
No doubt on that. I have a list of, I have names of all the creators that the team gave it to me. And look at this, the whole list of creators, right?
Very diverse.
Being honest, Mike, there are some creators that I looked up, some creators I didn't know either. Being very honest, because I also have to learn, right? Get to know new young creators. And then there are a few creators that I marked down, and I'm going to invite them to the show.
Okay.
To the podcast, because I love their content, and thanks to the Mela for making this possible. Now, tell me something, since we talked about this, who is the Mela for? Like who can come for the Mela? Like anybody can come to the Mela, or how does it work?
The Mela is for everybody. It's completely free and open to the public. And all we do is just ask people to come to the embassy website, our social media pages, click on the link and register for it. It's that simple.
How can they do that if somebody is watching? Because the Mela is scheduled for 17th of Jan in Chitwan, which is coming Saturday. Then next Saturday is Nepalgunj. And then after that, it's Kathmandu.
Yep. So just follow us on Facebook, on our U.S. Embassy Nepal Facebook page, and click on the event for the Creators Mela to register. or you can follow us on Instagram too, and just click on the link in the bio to register for the Mela.
Show it to everybody, Mr. X, if you could show it to everybody how they can. Oh, there you go. You can just go to the Insta page of the embassy and then press on, there you go, click on that. And you can just go ahead and sign up, right?
Yep, that's right.
There you go. That's the first one. And then you can just sign up. You have to sign up for every single, go to the page, boys. Then you can just go ahead and sign up here. And you can just pick Chitwan, Nepalgunj, or Kathmandu, or come to all three.
It's individual by city. So if you do want to register for multiple cities, just use your other email account to register for that. Yeah. And just to note, for Kathmandu, we have a side room for workshops, and so people should register in advance for those more intimate workshops, getting tutorials from creators. Cool. For example, like Shushma Karki, huge across social media. She'll be leading a makeup tutorial, for example, at one of our workshops.
No, that's fantastic. Asmi, last time when we spoke, right? Just look up when was the last time Asmi came to the show. You had not started interviewing people at that time.
No. Oh my God. I was in a totally different phase. But I was transitioning, as far as I remember, because Laijao Malai was a big turning point for me. Ever since I did that, I was going through something. So ever since that, I think I've stepped into, I would say, another level in my perspective.
How has doing this show, we met in 2022 January, right? Along the same date.
2022.
That was what 4 years? That was a good solid 4 years ago.
4 years. Oh my God.
So
a lot has happened.
I want Mr. X show Asmi's show to everybody. Okay. I want to understand this, and I want my audience to actually know how has doing the show that you do, which comes on YouTube, all right? It's on YouTube, so it's on social media. How has that actually changed you as a person?
Well, in many ways. First of all, I have become more confident, I would say, because I know I'm someone who's I didn't used to be as confident when it comes to speaking. Remember, in Miss Nepal, I was very, very, very scared, and people didn't really understand. She keeps saying that she's scared, but she's in this platform. How can she bring that up as an excuse is what people used to tell me. But then there I was trying to overcome my fear, trying to prove otherwise, because I wanted to be like you. I wanted to be a confident speaker someday. So which is why when I said yes to Wow Saturday Brunch, I know I'm someone who likes to hear people's stories. I like to have conversation. So I said yes in that way. And then I was like, my fear of speaking, I'll just see what I can do about it, which is how I went ahead with it. Sometimes you just need to jump and then figure out what to do. That is what I did. And I feel like I've really grown. And not just that, meeting people from different field, different background. It's like, before I call a guest, before I invite a guest, I may have a very different perspective about them. But when I sit down with them, when I talk about them, about life, about work, about career, my perspective towards them is totally transformed. And that is what I love about this job, that I get to know people from a different perspective, very up close. And then that is what I get to show to the world, a different side to them. That is what I've learned from this. And I feel like I'm going to do more of this in coming days.
We hope you do. And we really hope that you share this story with more creators at the Creators Mela and beyond.
Yeah.
Because taking that risk, taking that leap of faith, trying to do something new, that too digitally.
Yes. अनि दाइ मैले सोचेकै थिएन कि यसले मलाई रिब्रान्डिङमा कति हेल्प गर्छ भनेर के, because again, after a point, it does get stagnant. People will be like, okay, it's the same face. I'm not planning to do acting. I'm not entering film industry, because generally that is the trajectory for many people, right? Like modeling, acting, and then you go on ahead. For me, it was like, okay, I don't want to enter film industry, but how do I still rebrand myself?
Yeah.
Then this was the place where I rediscovered myself. And that is what people know me for these days. When I go out, people are like, oh my God, I love the interviews that you take. I love the kind of, I mean, the different side of you that we get to see on Wow Saturday Brunch. So that itself excites me so much. And I'm like, okay, maybe this is the key, that you keep rediscovering yourself if you want to be in this field for a long time, because see how you've done it over the time.